The world is obsessed with the spotlight. Most people spend their lives chasing the stage, craving the applause, and desperate to be seen. They believe that if they aren't being noticed, they don't exist. They think that noise is a sign of impact, and that visibility is a measure of power. But they are wrong. While the masses are fighting for a seat in the front row, the true masters of reality are working in the shadows. They are the unseen architects. They are the ones who build empires without ever making a sound. They understand a truth that the average person will never grasp. True power does not announce itself. True power settles. Look around you. Everything that lasts, everything that has actual weight in this world, was built in silence. A tree doesn't roar as it grows. It quietly pushes its roots deep into the earth while the world sleeps. A skyscraper doesn't boast about its foundation. It remains hidden underground, holding up thousands of tons of steel and glass. You, as a member of the Silent Rise, must adopt this philosophy. You must become an architect of your own destiny, working beyond the spotlight where no one can see your struggle, your sweat, or your sacrifice. The spotlight is a trap. It creates a false sense of achievement. When you tell people your goals, when you broadcast your every move on social media, you receive a cheap hit of dopamine. You feel like you've already won, even though you haven't started. This is why most people never finish what they start. They spent all their fuel on the announcement and had nothing left for the execution. The unseen architect operates differently. They keep their mouth shut and their eyes on the blueprint. They don't need your likes. They don't need your validation. They are driven by a vision that is so large it doesn't fit into a smartphone screen. True power operates in the shadows because that is where the real work happens. In the shadows, there is no performance. There is no one to impress. There is only you and the task at hand. This is where you build your character. This is where you develop the skills that will eventually make you untouchable. While your competition is busy curating their image, you are busy curating your reality. You are waking up at 4 a.m. when the world is quiet. You are pushing through the pain when no one is watching. You are studying the data, refining the craft, and hardening your resolve. You aren't doing it for the gram. You are doing it for the crown. The unseen architect understands the law of strategic understatement. They know that the less you reveal, the more people wonder. When you are quiet, you become a mystery. When you don't defend yourself against every petty criticism, you show that your self-worth is not up for debate. Silence is the ultimate flex. It says, I know who I am, and I don't need you to agree with me. This kind of power unsettles people. It makes them realize that they have no leverage over you. You cannot be manipulated if you cannot be provoked. You cannot be stopped if no one knows where you are going.
Think about the most successful organizations and individuals in history. They don't reveal their strategy until the battle is already won. They move like a submarine, quiet, deep, and lethal. They understand that information is a weapon, and they don't give it away for free. By operating beyond the spotlight, they avoid the distractions of public opinion and the interference of critics. They create a monopoly of focus. This is what you must do. You must go dark. You must disappear for a season. Not because you are hiding, but because you are preparing. You are building something so massive that when it finally emerges, the world will have no choice but to acknowledge it. One of the greatest competitive disadvantages is the need to be understood by comfort zone people. These are the people who are terrified of change and allergic to hard work. When you explain your big dreams to them, they will try to pull you down. They will call you unrealistic. They will tell you to be grateful for what you have. They are the echoes of mediocrity. The unseen architect doesn't argue with them. They don't waste their breath trying to convince the blind to see the light. They simply withdraw. They let the results do the talking. Remember, you don't owe anyone an explanation for your ambition. You owe yourself the execution of that ambition. Digital detox is not just a trend, it is a necessity for the unseen architect. We live in an era of digital noise, where everyone is an expert and everyone is broadcasting. This constant stream of information creates a brain fog that kills deep work. To build something great, you must disconnect. You must step away from the feed and step into the forge. You need hours of uninterrupted concentration. You need to sit with your own thoughts until they become clear. You need to listen to the silence until it tells you the truth about your direction. Disconnecting empowers your future vision because it removes the echo chamber of other people's opinions. It allows you to think independently. The art of subtraction is the secret weapon of the powerful. Most people try to add more projects, more friends, more noise, more stuff. The unseen architect subtracts. They eliminate distractions for maximum impact. They cut out the habits that drain their energy. They remove the people who bring nothing but drama. They simplify their life until only the essential remains. This subtraction creates a concentrated force. It's the difference between a flashlight and a laser. A flashlight spreads light everywhere but hits nothing with intensity. A laser focuses light into a single point and can cut through steel. Be the laser. Subtract the noise until your focus is sharp enough to cut through any obstacle. There is a paradox in the echo chamber. People think that by being part of the groupthink, they are safe. They find comfort in the consensus. But the echo chamber is a graveyard for original thought. To achieve authentic success, you must escape the group. You must be willing to be misunderstood. You must be willing to be the outcast for a while. The unseen architects are always the ones who dared to think differently. They didn't seek permission from the group. They sought the truth from the work. They understood that if you do what everyone else is doing, you will get what everyone else is getting: average results and a life of quiet desperation.
As you build in the shadows, you will encounter the internal architect, your own mindset. This is the foundation of everything. If your internal blueprint is weak, the external empire will crumble. You must harden your mind against self-doubt and laziness. You must develop a stoic fortress within yourself. When things go wrong, and they will, you don't panic, you don't complain, you don't seek sympathy. You simply look at the blueprint, adjust the strategy, and keep building. You understand that every failure is just a stress test for your foundation. It's an opportunity to see where the structure is weak and to make it stronger. The unseen architect is patient. They understand that greatness takes time. We live in a world of instant everything, but you cannot microwave a legacy. You are playing the long game. You are willing to be nothing for years so that you can be everything for decades. This patience is a form of power. While others are rushing to get likes, you are steadily building equity. While others are burning out in the sprint, you are finding your rhythm in the marathon. You are not in a race with anyone but the person you were yesterday. And since you are working in the shadows, no one knows how far ahead you really are. How do you start operating like an unseen architect today? First, audit your energy. Where is it leaking? Is it in the useless arguments on social media? Is it in the need to prove your worth to people you don't even like? Identify the leaks and seal them. Second, create a vault of silence. For at least 4 hours every day, go completely dark. No phone, no internet, no interruptions. Just you and the work. Use this time to build the deep roots of your project. Third, stop the announcements. Whatever you are working on, keep it a secret. Don't tell your friends. Don't tell your family. Don't tell your followers. Let the silence build the pressure. Let that pressure drive you to work harder. The only time the world should know about your work is when it is so big it can no longer be ignored. When you operate beyond the spotlight, you are protected. You are protected from the jealousy of others. You are protected from the premature satisfaction of praise. You are protected from the fear of public failure. You are free to experiment, free to fail, and free to grow without the weight of the world's expectations. This freedom is the ultimate competitive advantage. It allows you to take risks that others wouldn't dare. It allows you to pivot when everyone else is stuck in their narrative. You are the architect, and the shadows are your studio. The world will eventually try to pull you into the light. When your results become undeniable, the spotlight will find you. People will ask for your secrets. They will want to know how you did it. They will call you an overnight success, ignoring the years you spent in the dark. At that moment, you must remain an unseen architect at heart. Don't let the fame soften you. Don't let the praise make you complacent. Stay hungry. Stay humble. Stay quiet. Remember that the same spotlight that illuminates you can also blind you. The true power is not in the fame. It's in the ability to walk away from it and return to the shadows to build something even bigger.
This is the silent rise. It is not for the weak. It is not for those who need constant applause to feel alive. It is for the few who are brave enough to be alone with their vision. It is for the disciplined who understand that the most meaningful work is often the most hidden. You are part of an elite brotherhood of architects who are reshaping the world from the corners that no one is looking at. Your influence is felt long before your face is seen. Your impact is measured in the foundations you lay, not the noise you make. As we close this session, I want you to look at your life. Are you an actor performing for a crowd that doesn't care? Or are you an architect building a reality that will last? The stage is temporary. The blueprint is eternal. Choose the shadows, choose the silence, choose the work. The spotlight is for the performers. The shadows are for the powerful. Go dark, build deep, and let your rise be so silent that the world doesn't hear it coming until it's already here. The unseen architects are shifting the world's axis while the masses are distracted by the flicker of their screens. You are now one of them. Do not break the vow. Do not leak the energy. Every brick you lay in silence is a brick that cannot be taken away. Every hour you spend in the dark is an hour that builds your ultimate light. The foundation is set. The blueprint is clear. Now stop listening, stop talking, and go build. This is the silent rise. This is your time. Master the shadows, and you will eventually master the world. If you are ready to embrace the shadows and build your empire in silence, leave a comment below with just 2 words, I vow. No explanations, no stories, just the vow. Thank you for being part of the Silent Rise motivation. Subscribe and stay disciplined. The work continues in the dark. See you in the next one.